Hey guys, so tonight you're going to be learning about the continents and oceans. Or if you know a lot about them already, this is kind of just a review. So first, how to set up your paper, just in case you did not get a chance to glue the strip of paper for your notes into your notebook before you left for today. Just make sure that you glue it into your notebook so it doesn't get lost and that it is as close to the left edge as possible so that you have enough room to write out the information um, on the blank part of the page. Also, listen to everything in the video, read as you listen, but do not write everything. Only write what's in yellow. While the information is important and interesting to know, the most important stuff is going to be in yellow and will fit on your page for your homework. So first up, we have North America, which you should be very familiar with. It's the third largest continent, and it includes Canada, the US, Greenland, and Mexico, and the Latin American regions that serve as a connection between North and South America, which you also might hear referenced as Central America. North America has a very diverse climate, wildlife, and geography, and it goes from really, really extreme temperatures in Death Valley to snow covered mountains, and also to the largest freshwater lake in the U.S., which is also the second largest in the world, Lake Superior. Next, we have South America. South America is the fourth largest continent, and it's located in the southern hemisphere. And the equator passes through the continent, offering a tropical climate for much of the landmass. And it is surrounded by the Pacific Ocean on the western border and then the Atlantic Ocean on the eastern border. Then we have Europe, which is the sixth largest continent, and it's in the northern hemisphere. And it's mostly also in the eastern hemisphere. It is bordered by the Arctic Ocean to the north, Atlantic to the west, and the Mediterranean Sea to the south. Politically, Europe is divided into about 50 countries, of which Russia is the largest. Europe had a total population of about 741 million as of 2006, which is 11% of the world population. That is huge. The European climate is largely affected by the warm Atlantic currents that temper with the winters and the summers, and then further from sea, seasonal differences are more noticeable than close to the coast. Next, we have Asia, which is the largest and most populous continent. It is located primarily in the eastern and northern hemisphere. It also shares the continental landmass of Eurasia with the continent of Europe and the continental landmass of Afro-Eurasia with both Europe and Africa. And it covers about 30% of Earth's total area, land area, the continent which has long been home to the majority of human population. And Asia has extremely diverse climates and geographic features. Their climates range from Arctic to subarctic in Siberia to tropical in southern India and Southeast Asia. So lots of stuff going on in Asia. Then we have Africa, which is the second largest in both size and population. It has also, again, has extremely diverse climates and geographic features. Its large size and varying climate makes it host to many of the most interesting species and plants and animals on Earth, some of which I don't know if I really want to ever run into. And there are several bodies of water surrounding the continent of Africa. You can find the Indian Ocean to the southeast, Atlantic to the west, Mediterranean Sea to the north, and the Red Sea to the northeast. In Africa, you have the Nile River, which is the longest river in the world, and it runs the northeast on the northeast side of the continent. And then you have Australia, which is the smallest continent. It is officially the Commonwealth of Australia. It is a sovereign country comprising of mainland of the Australian continent and the island of Tasmania and numerous other smaller islands close to it. Australia's size gives it a wide variety of geography, landscapes, tropical rainforests, mountain ranges, and dry deserts. It's also one of the flattest. It's the flattest continent, desert, or semi-arid land, commonly known as the outback. And Australia is also the driest inhabited continent, and also has some really big spiders that I definitely never want to run into. Up next, we have Antarctica, which is the Earth's southernmost continent, and it contains the geographic South Pole, and it's surrounded by the Southern Ocean. Antarctica is noted as the last region on Earth in recorded history to be discovered. It was not seen until 1820, when 12 countries signed the Antarctic Treaty in 1959, and 38 have signed it since then. The treaty prohibits military activities and mineral mining, and it also prohibits nuclear explosions and nuclear waste disposal. It supports scientific research and protects the continent's ecozone. The continent is uninhabited, and it is the fifth largest continent, about 1.3 times as large as Europe. And Antarctica is the coldest of Earth's continents. The coldest temperature ever recorded there was negative 128.6 degrees Fahrenheit. I just couldn't even imagine how cold that actually would feel. So next we have our oceans. The largest ocean on Earth is the Pacific Ocean. It covers around 30% of the Earth's surface. Its name has an original meaning of peaceful sea. The Mariana Trench is the deepest known area of Earth's ocean. It has the deepest point of around 11,000 meters, or 36,000 feet, and it also contains about 25,000 different islands, many more than are found in Earth's other oceans. Then we have the Atlantic Ocean, which, again, you're probably the most familiar with this one, which is the second largest on Earth. And it covers about 21% of Earth's surface, and the Atlantic Ocean's name refers to Atlas of Greek mythology, and this is the ocean off of our coast. Then you have your Indian Ocean, which is the third largest ocean, and it covers about 14% of the surface, and it is also the warmest of all of the oceans. And then you have the Arctic Ocean, which is the smallest, and during winter it is almost completely covered in ice. The name kind of gives that away. And then last but not least, we have the Southern Ocean, which in the year 2000, another ocean was added, the Southern Ocean, and it's the body of water surrounding Antarctica. Usually you probably only heard about the four main oceans, but like I said, about 18 years ago, they decided to add Southern Ocean into the part of the group that you should know. So hopefully you either reviewed what you know about oceans and continents, or you learned something new.